Spring, a vibrant time in Britain. One of the largest estuaries in Europe, this Eden is ideal for a variety of bird species. With a diverse array of habitats, feeding opportunities are plentiful. On the Scottish border, flowers are in bloom. The warmer spring weather encourages insects to become more active. Welcome to the Solway Firth. Birdsong, the sound of spring. One of the most iconic spring songs belongs to one of Britain's more inconspicuous visitors, the Chiefchat. This male has flown here from Africa, and now it is time for him to find a mate. Perched high in the treetops, he uses his colourful song to attract a female. His efforts are unsuccessful. He will have to try again tomorrow. As spring gets into full swing, birds fill the trees and hedges. Housemartins, another arrival from Africa. These birds nest under the eaves of buildings, often reusing last year's nests. Housemartins are extremely agile flyers, feeding on the wing. Usually feeding in the air, these individuals specialize in picking insects off the water surface. This ability to feed while flying means that they rarely set foot on the ground, only landing to collect mud. This mud is then used to build their nests. Carrying it back in their beaks, the mud is added to the nest bit by bit. Softer materials like feathers and grass are then used to line the nests. Now that the nests are completed, the next challenge is to breed. These wetlands aren't only home to migrating birds. The Oystercatcher also calls the Solway its home. Although they prefer shingle beaches, these oystercatchers have adapted to live further inland. Instead of the usual crustaceans, these oystercatchers feed on worms and small insects. One of the noisier wading species, their call is used to establish a territory. Once this is done, it's time to make a nest. This is done by scraping a shallow hole in the ground. Small leaves and twigs are removed until the nest is perfect. Now, finally, the eggs can be laid, and incubation begins. As the day draws to a close, the buzz of life gets quieter, and the species begin to settle down. In preparation for another busy day of spring on the Solway.